All right, Runway just announced a game-changing AI character performance tool called Act-One. I'm going to break down in this video. All right, so Runway's Act-One tool. This is the direction that I feel like AI filmmaking will go. Text to video, I think it'll have a use case in the future, but I feel like this is going to be the way that like actual AI filmmaking happens in the future, where we're still using real people, real performances, and then just elevating it with AI. All right, so in Runway's Act-One tool, records the human performance, maps out that human performance onto what looks like a still image, and then you get that human performance with the head movement, with the lip movement, with the facial expressions, a much more authentic performance onto an AI-generated image with AI characters, or however you want to express this. We just did something very similar to this workflow, but we had to use like 3 different tools to pull it off. Check it out. This was part of our Culver Cup AI short film, Skillet on the Jetport Diner. We got a whole separate video breaking down the process behind that, but basically it used a combination of compositing multiple shots, running it through Wonder Dynamics, and then sometimes also running it through Runway's video to video generation. This makes it a lot easier, but I do have a few initial questions, thoughts that come to mind when we do this. And also, like, keep in mind, this is every time we see this and we're always like, well, it could do this, or does it do this? This is like the worst it's ever going to be. We're always going to remember, this is the worst it's ever going to be, and it's still pretty impressive. That said, questions, thoughts I got. First up, everything that they have demoed and recorded is on a clean white background. So I don't know if that means for the best outputs, we need to have someone on a clean white background recording their performance. That obviously makes things a little bit tricky if we were shooting stuff on a set or in a different environment and we wanted to take that performance and map it out into an AI space or onto an AI image. Do we need to have clean plates in order for this to work? Don't know. Question mark. Other thing, camera movements. In the process that we did with Culver City or with the Culver Cup, one of my goals was to be able to have camera movement while also recording people. And so we have some handheld shots that we then recorded with a real person and then style transferred and transformed that into a different character using a combination of Runway video to video and Wonder Dynamics. Can we do that with this? All these shots are static. These are single shots. Unclear. Don't know. Question. The other thing too that I noticed here is with this sample, her face is at an angle from the driving performance, but from the output, they're all straight on, straight on, straight on, straight on. So does it honor camera head movement? It seems like it does, because in another shot, like in this diner scene, very, very coincidental, it does, we do have angled faces and angled character heads. And I believe there's a shot with the person's hat where they turn their head and we could, yeah, there, see, head turns, comes back. So does it honor that? It seems like it kind of does, but also why, if this driving performance is at an angle, are we getting head-on shots? Is it also a matter of what the input image is? Because it didn't really outline, but I'm guessing you have your driving performance video and your input image, and then it merges the two together and animates the input image with your performance. So actually in this X post by Nicholas Neubert, we get a bit more clarity on what exactly we can do with Act-One. Nicholas Neubert is a creative director at Runway. So he's saying no prompt, kind of just works by giving it a driving image. Doesn't clarify the question on if we need a clean background, but does not have to be a high quality recording. Exaggerated motions, yeah, I would expect that. We had to do that a lot with Wonder Dynamics to get the facial expressions to register. Generative audio, and this is interesting. No character doesn't have to be human, because I was wondering about that. Could we do this with an animal or some other type of character? It doesn't specifically say an animal, but good to know that it doesn't necessarily have to be human. That will be interesting to experiment with. And then some also interesting notes. I expected that the runtime limit would probably be 10 seconds like we kind of get with Gen 3, but he says the runtime limit is 30 seconds. So that is good to know. And then down here, he also does clarify that you drive it with a reference image plus your video performance. So it is driven from an image. Recording inputs, driving performance, does it have to be clean background? Question mark. Camera movement? Question mark. Seems like likely it will not honor the camera movement. Every driving performance shot we've seen here is a static shot. And character consistency, it seems like that will be on you to give it whatever input images you want and make sure that your input images are consistent and have a consistent character. It doesn't seem like it has anything to do with that, but this is a huge leap forward in being able to create better performances with AI characters, merging human performances with that. Like I said, I think text to video when it comes to AI filmmaking is limited and will always be limited. I think this is the future of what AI filmmaking looks like, where we'll be able to merge real human performances and then eventually all of the other crafts that go into filmmaking, which I think is being left out right now: cinematography, camera work, set decoration, set design, all that other stuff coming together and having more control over an AI image, but just being able to basically do more with less. Quick over. So that's it. Excited to check out this tool. What I also want to do is run some of the process shots that we shot with our Culver Cup short, Skillet in the Jetport Diner, run that through Runway's Act-One and see how the outputs come out and see how they differ versus what we did with our combo of Wonder Dynamics and Runway. So let me know what you think about this in the comments. It's kind of a quick update. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.